Maybe we should begin it with a bit. Should we start with like a bit?
A bit of cake? Here, dear sir, have this little piece of cake.
Aha, hello, welcome to episode 30. Was that the bit? Is that the bit we were starting with?
I was being a waiter, and that was the cake for you.
Oh, I see.
If you went into a cafe, the waiter came over after you ordered cake, and they said, "Hello, sir. Here is your piece of cake," and you said, "Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 30."
No, it's just
you'd probably get arrested.
It's just
I'd send you to a mental asylum.
I said we should start with a bit, and you just, instead of discussing what the bit could be, you immediately started doing a bit. So I assumed, obviously, that was the intro you were going for. We can restart.
No, I think that's the perfect start to the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 30 of the Nethergreen podcast. We did it. 30 episodes. This is it. We said in the very first episode.
3-0.
No. We said in the very first episode we were only going to do 30.
Did we?
This was a limited. This was a limited time podcast, and we did it. We want to thank our parents. We want to thank
our grandparents.
Yeah, we want to thank our
great-grandparents.
We don't want to thank their parents, though. They guys are pieces of shit. They used to own slaves.
Great-grandparents. Our great-great-great-great-grandparents.
I want to thank Barack Obama. He knows what he did.
Great-great-great-great-grandparents.
Yeah. Nah, I'm kidding. We'll go on forever.
Great.
I plan for our great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren to still be doing this podcast.
Oh, shit, yes.
Yeah,
so that means we could have 3,000 episodes.
Yeah. Instead of a measly 30. We should have stopped after 3. I think episode 3 was our best episode.
Yeah, episode 3 was when we peaked. Actually, episode 1 was the peak episode.
No, let's see what episode 3 was. Because I was joking about it, obviously, but maybe it was a good one. We'll say Jeffrey Bezos, Video Games and Rick and Morty Season 5. No, it was a shit one.
That's mid. That's a mid episode.
That's a 6 out of 10 episode.
Yeah, that's a mid episode.
But yeah, I am, I've said this 30 times now, obviously, but I am your host, Bradley.
Yep, and I've also... Actually, have I said this 30 times?
You've not been in every episode.
You actually haven't said that 30 times, because there have been many episodes where we've both, like, done a really unfunny bit and been like, my name is
that's true.
is Hector, and you'd be like, yes, my name's Wadley.
Oh no, I don't want to include your surname. So I'm actually gonna have to censor that joke. I'm gonna have to censor the entire thing because all you did was change the letters. Yeah. No, that's true, I guess. But you definitely haven't, because you haven't been in every episode. Yeah. I have, and I will always be. Yeah. Because this is.
Because you edit every episode.
That too. And if I wasn't in an episode, I'd just delete it.
Actually, there was going to be one episode which didn't feature either one of us, but that will apparently never be. Yeah.
Which one?
That Dan and Tom recorded, but apparently that will never be.
Well, no, that wasn't for us. They were going to start. They were talking about starting their own podcast called the Tom and Daniel. No, yeah, the Tom and Daniel Power Hour. Oh, Midnight Hour.
Wow, fuck the Power Hour. That's
fine. But no, it was the Midnight Hour, and I was going to be their first guest. But I feel like now that one of them lives in America, we won't say which one, but I feel like now
that... You think he lives in America?
We
don't know that he lives
He
in
could
America.
Be at home.
If
anyone would do that, it would be Daniel.
Yeah, there is absolutely no substantial grounded evidence that he is actually in America.
The closest bit of evidence we got is that we called him once and it was dark here and it was light there, but that could have all been a green screen.
Yeah.
He has
been
one.
A green screen. Also, that could not have been America. It could have just been another country in a time zone different to ours.
That's true. It could be in what's another one? Time zone. Sweden.
Yeah.
Is it that
Actually,
different?
that's not really that.
Is it not that different? No. It could have been in Canada.
Yeah, he could have been in Canada. That is kind of America, though.
Yeah, but if he had said he was in America and we found out he was in Canada, then he did lie to us.
Yeah, he did. That is a lie.
Yeah.
Or he's in like a film studio.
Yeah, or it was a pre-recorded message.
Yeah, a pre-recorded message.
Where everything he said was perfectly scripted because he knows us perfectly to know exactly what we were going to say.
Even the timings and everything, yeah.
Even the timings. Even our responses of like, oh, that's crazy, man. Yeah, it was crazy, Bradley.
Yeah.
Winking at the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we've got an action-packed episode today. Action-packed because that guy's got a knife! No.
Jesus Christ. I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, we want to start doing more bits in the episode, so I feel like I'm gonna try and springboard some bits we could do.
Sure.
Like that guy has a knife line. Could have. We stopped it very early, so it's not a bit anymore.
No, that was just a jump scare.
It's just a jump scare.
That was just a jump scare.
It could have been a bit, but I've got some topics we could talk about.
Okay.
I've just thought of one I can add. Ooh. Have you got any topics we could talk about before?
I've got 2 topics we could talk about.
Let's talk about the one that I know you're going to talk about, because we were talking about it before we started recording, and then I was like, hey, save it for the podcast.
Then I guess I've got 3 topics we could talk
you
about.
forgot about that one. Holy shit. 3 topics? Yeah. You know what? Forget all of my topics. This is a Hector episode.
Yeah, that's right, baby. Welcome to the episode. My name is Hector, and this is my episode.
Yeah,
episode.
You and Leander had your own episode about the China one, because I didn't really have much to contribute. So you've had an episode. That was the pilot of your spin-off series with Leander.
Leander and Hector.
The Leander and Hector Power Hour.
We're just 2 brothers
in a van, recording in a van.
We should definitely get a van so we could do that.
You guys, unironically, I feel like I could imagine you living in a van.
Yeah.
Not a nice van, but a comfortable van.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, yeah. You can imagine us living in a van because you...
No, just you.
Just
alone.
You think so lowly of us. Whenever you see us, you think, they're the type of people to live in a van. In fact, every time you introduce me to anyone when I'm not around, you introduce me as, he probably would live in a van.
In my phone, you're saved as the van man.
Yeah.
Alright, but what if you got 3 topics, then you go one, I go one. You go one, I go one. You go one, I go one. And then you've only got 3, so I'll just keep going after that, I guess.
Okay. And then what?
And then the...
That was a rhetorical question.
Oh...
No.
So for the bits this episode. I'm going to call this episode just the bits.
Yeah.
But what is your first segment?
I guess
Hector?
have we done an episode since I got my new job?
Yes,
we have.
You hadn't told us about your first day. Yeah, you did. No, you didn't.
Wait, no, we have had a podcast since I started interviewing for it, but we haven't done one since I got it, because we did that episode where I talked about all the interviews.
The last time we spoke about it, it was about the fact that you had heard you thought you'd got it, but you were afraid of quitting your job.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
Oh, okay, right, yes. So I got it.
You got it.
I got it. Yeah, I was just being
would.
A complete paranoid freak.
I said,
and I got it. Yeah. And I got it.
And how is it?
And it's actually really good. I've got to say, so far, this has been one of my favourite jobs.
Wow. And also, this ends Hector's job arc that we'd set out.
This ends the
since
job
episode
arc.
27.
Yeah, but actually it doesn't, because there's more to it, which I don't mind. I don't mind going into on the podcast, I suppose.
I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah,
if you don't want it, I can just cut it afterwards.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not going to. But if you really want me to, you can let me know and I won't cut it.
So you can consider it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I won't even consider it.
Oh, you won't?
No.
You'll pretend to consider it.
In fact, there was an episode I did with Dan where I was like, hey, I was winking and I was like, hey, you shouldn't say this, man. I'll cull it. And now his most embarrassing secret is for the world to listen to.
Perfect. And you've listened to it 20 times.
Yeah, I shared it on it's trending on TikTok.
Yeah. You don't even use TikTok.
I hate TikTok. No. We don't need to get into that though. Tell us about your new career.
So this new job, all great until I had a phone call with my father.
Oh, that's what you want to get into.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He has his normal, perhaps slightly pessimistic views of the new job. But one thing he mentions, which actually I hadn't even considered or thought about. I'd just been so excited by this new job and the prospect of getting the new job. I hadn't even considered this angle at all, which is that the company is a financing company. So they do loans, but they're high interest rate loans, and they're like short-term loans. So they're like 30-day loans, like Wonga, if you know what that
Wonga! No, I don't know what Wonga is.
It's like...
No, okay, I know what Wonga is. That was just one of the little bits that I prepared.
There's so many bits now, I can't tell what's real and what's not.
Yeah. Did you actually get a job? Are you homeless?
Yeah, I could be. No one knows at this point. And so it's a financing company. And my dad was like, you're destroying people's lives by taking this job.
You were hoping he'd be like, I'm really proud of you, son. But instead he was like, you're a piece of shit.
Piece of shit. That was basically what he said. And I was like, wow, that's profound.
You're crippling the economy.
Yeah. And then I thought about it and I decided, no, I'm just coding software and websites.
Yeah, you're doing nothing. Yeah.
I'm doing nothing at all, which I stand by it.
You've barely got a job.
I'm not a piece of shit. All right, I'm not a piece of shit. I'm not tracking people. No, not for that.
For a lot of other things, yes, you're a piece of shit.
Perhaps.
I don't want to brag, but I know a lot of pieces of shit, and you're one of them. Yeah. I'm also one of them. I feel like everyone listening to this podcast, you're all pieces of shit.
But also, the fact that every single person on the development team is so friendly and cheerful. There's no way we could do anything
while destroying lives.
While destroying lives.
How many lives did you destroy today, Tom? 6.
But it does ironically kind of like fit the description of dodgy finance company that's like ripping people off. Because what they used to do back in like 2008...
long ago now.
Yeah, so long ago now. There was a company called Lehman Brothers. Yeah, Lehman Brothers.
Lehman Brothers. I've never heard of them.
No.
So tell me.
Basically, they were like a financing
real brothers?
company. They weren't. No, that was part of the scam.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But basically, it was a banking financing company, but they like destroyed loads of people's lives. And this was back when there weren't rules and regulations.
Wait, 2008. That was when the Great Depression happened. Did they help with that? Or like hinder it?
No, they profited off of that. So because loads of people were desperate and like they'd be like losing their homes, losing whatever, losing their jobs,
losing their family.
So desperately they'd go to get loans, and this banking company would put on like 1,000, 2,000% interest rates, and basically destroy them. And
so if you borrowed a single pound from them, you'd owe them about £2,000 back.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, it's compounding interest. So actually, yeah, if you borrowed 100 quid, by the end of the year, you'd owe them like 10 grand. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's what you did.
And this was back in the day when like bad stuff actually happened if you didn't pay off a loan, where like they'd break into your house,
break your legs,
take all of your shit,
and kill your dog.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. But that doesn't happen anymore because there's rules, regulations, the financial.
Now they have to knock before they break down your door and take your shit.
Well, no, now they don't do anything because I actually had a massive loan that I wasn't able to pay off, and they just dissolved it, so I didn't have to pay it anymore.
Wow.
So
cut that. Cut that.
So
no one needs to know about Hector's deals with the government.
Yeah, no. But yeah, no. So there's going to be like a Christmas dinner party thing, Christmas meetup, which is happening. Actually, it's happening this month.
So it's a lie.
Well, no, it's classified as the Christmas dinner.
Yeah, but it's November.
Yeah, I know, but whatever.
It might as well be a fucking New Year's dinner at that point.
Whatever. Fuck you. It's the Christmas dinner.
It's the Great November Dinner of 2023.
Whatever you want to call it. But the other front end developer told me about the last one that they had. So the CEO of the company is obviously a very well off man.
No,
because
maybe he took out a really high interest loan.
just to have
So all his money's going into that. He's never paid it off.
But basically, last time everyone went to his house, and apparently, his house that he has in the centre of London.
Okay.
A house. Yeah. In the centre of London.
So this guy's like Bill Gates rich.
Yeah, in like Westminster.
Okay.
So like close to the Buckingham Palace.
Wow. Yeah. Do you think he lives in the Buckingham Palace?
He might live at the Buckingham Palace. But apparently he...
we went and saw the Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, we did actually. It was beautiful.
Big.
Yeah.
Is it?
No, not really.
Yeah.
It's probably beautiful on the inside.
As I said when we saw it, it's beautiful for the Buckingham Palace, but is it beautiful for any Buckingham Palaces? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But apparently, so this guy has a big house, and they all went out, and all the costs are covered. So basically, everyone would be buying like caviar, and like just buying the most expensive, random, stupid shit that they can, and then drinking as much as physically possible. Omelette du fromage, and then it all gets paid for, which sounds exactly like the sort of parties that like dodgy financing companies would.
So are you going to go and like stretch that?
Yes, I am actually going to go and spend as much as I physically can.
Buy a jet.
Yeah. No, it has to be food and drink. That's the limit. Yeah, you can't like...
Buy an edible jet.
Yeah.
Buy a jet completely made of cheese. Yeah. But it costs the same as a
Buy the
jet.
waiter, you know? Yeah.
Buy the company. You should go to the CEO.
I'll buy your company. And you'd be like, well, shit, I guess it's coming in the bill. Yeah.
That's how you cheat the system. That sounds sick. Can I come?
I mean, I can ask if you're allowed to invite extras.
I don't want to go. I feel like if I'm surrounded by that many rich people, I'm gonna become a character.
I see. Yeah.
Like I'll be like, hey man, I'm just going to the toilet, and then you'll see me half an hour later with like, you know, a glass of champagne, be like, quite. Oh, hello, Hector.
My name is Patrick. Yes.
Patrick McSweeney.
Yes.
You know, I own Microsoft.
Yes, I own the fine establishment just up the road.
Yes. Have you heard of Gordon Ramsay? I trained him. You know, I've just been lying to my teeth.
You didn't train Gordon Ramsay. He's older than you.
He's so much older.
He's so much older than you.
He could be my dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's...
You wish he was your dad.
I don't. Imagine Gordon Ramsay being your dad. I feel like it'd be quite scary.
I think it would be
Because
awesome.
even if he's a great dad, like he's never shouted at his kids, you could just turn on the telly and see him calling some poor crying girl a fucking donkey.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, but in the same vein as this new job, so yeah, I got the new job. It's a great job, very positive, good all round. And so now, because of that...
You're taking the next step.
And I'm getting a house, which is where the new podcast will be hosted from. So there'll be no background noise. The microphone might have a noticeable difference.
I mean, hopefully.
it gets compressed before it goes on Spotify, so the difference, I don't think will be that big.
Well, no, it'd be different. It will be a different, because Hector got a mic that we used in one episode, in episode 17, I think.
Is it noticeable in that?
Well, the thing is...
Because it was in my bedroom and it was really shitty and echoey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the quality actually wasn't great in the episode. But it is a better mic, and we're going to spruce up the office, or whatever we're calling it.
It'll be the office.
I mean, we could both chip in and get some like memory foam. Yeah. You know, we're going to have your soundboard. We're going to do like a practice episode just to make sure it sounds perfect, and then we'll start recording properly.
And it will sound beautiful. It'll sound so crisp, clear and perfect.
It sounds angelic.
We actually won't publish any more podcasts because we'll want to keep that precious, delicious audio all to ourselves and not share it with
It'd be like if Gollum shared the precious. It'd be like, you know.
Exactly. It's our precious. We shouldn't share it with these peasants. It's
In
ours.
fact, I'm not releasing this episode. I've decided.
Yeah, we're keeping it for ourselves.
Yes.
We're going to listen to it all night long.
Beautiful episode. Yum, 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 yum.
You don't get to hear our voices.
But yeah, you've got a new house, and it's pretty. I mean, you're going to be living there with Shamong.
Yes.
And there's going
to be a guest room, which I'm sure Bradley you'll be frequenting.
I'll be frequenting because where he's buying this house is going to be in the same town where I work, because I don't work in my town. I get the bus, so I'll probably stay over. Not too often, maybe like all week, every week for the rest of my life. And you'll barely know I'm there. And we'll probably record an episode like every day. You'll never see your girlfriend.
Yeah, me and my girlfriend will be you know in bed together, and Bradley will
it'll be 4 in the morning
late at night. He'll be like, I want the bed. I want a glass of water,
Mom. Dad. Or even better, so I'll be in the guest room and you'll be like, good night, Bradley. I'll be like, good night, Hector. And then when you wake up in the morning, I'm curled up at the end of your bed.
or I wake up in the morning and you're standing at the foot of the bed with like a pink overcoat, with like a pink kitchen, what do you call those,
kitchen
apron.
Yeah.
Oh, and you'll have a tray,
okay, yeah.
And you've brought us bed and breakfast.
And I'm smiling, really
wide.
Like,
you've got a beautiful smile on. You'll say, here you go, dearies.
Yeah.
And you give us our bed and breakfast.
Or it'll be 4 in the morning and you'll hear the door creak and you'll be like, oh, it must be Bradley. And I'm going to be there in a long nightgown with a hat with a ball on the end and a candle. And I'm going to be like, who's sleeping in my bed?
Bradley, stop playing character comedy. Go back to bed.
Oh, man. But, I'll be there quite often. Rent free. I feel like I need to establish that.
I may need to establish some ground rules that you're not allowed to stay more than a certain number of nights per week.
How is that fair? 5 nights a week.
No. No. Okay, 5 nights a week, but you have to pay £200 a month in rent.
That's bullshit.
How?
How isn't it?
Why should I have to pay?
House.
So you're living there.
Is my name on the deed? Is my name on the deed?
It's not.
Exactly.
I believe the law states...
You can sublet it to me, but I'm going to... No, it's actually... Oh, this is genius. So I'm just going to, like, break in, and eventually I'll be there long enough that I'll have squatters' rights, and you can't kick me out. And you can't charge me money.
But then I think if there's a squatter in a property, that means the landlord has to reconcile it. So that means I'd have to move out.
Well, you better just let me stay there rent-free then, if you know what's good for you.
And then I'm pretty sure you go to prison after you get out of the house.
Do you want... I mean, if you're being serious about this, do you want to discuss this, like, here? Like, how many nights am I allowed to stay?
You're allowed to stay.
3?
I don't know, to be honest. I need to ask your mom.
No, you don't. You're the man of the house. You don't need to ask her shit.
I do.
You don't.
I do, because she'll be paying rent.
So? You're the man of the house, Hector.
I am the man of the house, but everyone else's opinion in the house is important as well.
It's only her.
Yeah.
I feel like I should get a vote. So if you vote that I should stay long...
If you pay rent, then you get a vote.
It has to be less than 200.
I'm going to be paying 950.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I can't do 200.
Okay.
Because I pay 200 here. So I'd be paying double.
Just stay over 1 or 2 nights a week. That's fine.
I think 3 is acceptable.
But then that's more... Oh, wait, no, that's not more. That's 7 days a week. That's almost half of your time is at my house.
Well, I don't need to... I don't mean... No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I will be there 3 nights a week. It's just, I feel like that should be the option.
Okay. I guess.
And I feel like it should be Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
For arriving at 6 p.m. with a hot dinner.
Yeah. you got to feed me. Did I not mention that?
Yeah.
I need to be fed, Hector.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Papa needs his bread.
Yeah.
You know. I need you to run me a nice warm bath.
And a foot massage.
Only the best.
Yeah.
What else can you give me?
Let me think.
You need to decorate my room.
Yeah.
So I want race car wallpaper.
Yeah.
And crimson midnight.
We can buy you one of those beds that looks like it's a race car.
I want that, but it's a spaceship. But the walls are still covered in race cars. So someone walks in and they're like, what's going on in this room?
It's a spaceships and race cars. Yeah, and you also then need like a play train set on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motorised though.
A motorised train set.
So
those are expensive.
I never said they weren't.
Wow.
Yeah. And while we're at it, I think, one of the walls, just nick that. Make it a big window so I can just stand there wanking at the traffic.
I see, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so people can look at the house and be like, man, I hope he pays rent. I don't.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Actually, on the topic of decorating, do you know how much furniture costs?
How much?
Guess how much a sofa costs? An average sofa.
400. 200. More? 600?
Yeah, more.
800.
Yeah, about 800 quid.
£10,000.
It's like between 800 to 1,200 quid.
Yeah,
that's
but that's
a sofa.
Get one second hand. It's a sofa.
A second hand sofa.
Yeah.
God only knows. You could have bought that from someone who's just fucked.
Yeah, but that's why. So you buy one where it's not like leather. It's like a nice silk or whatever, and then you can wash the coverings.
But it would still be underneath.
Yeah. How deep do you think their fucking is? Do you think they're fucking their sofa? Should I clarify?
Imagine how long they've had the sofa for, though.
That's why you ask stuff like that. You ask.
That's the important sofa question.
If you're buying a second-hand sofa, the first question you should ask is, so how long have you had this sofa? Because imagine the difference between, like, I've had it a couple of weeks. Between
That's
that
true.
and, I've had this sofa for 15 years.
That's true.
I've had 8 kids.
I don't think I could bring myself to buy a second-hand sofa.
Every sofa I've ever had is second-hand. I'm not even lying.
But that's because everyone else uses it in the house.
That's true. But if anything, that's even more reason to get a second-hand sofa. You're going to spend $1,200 on a sofa that only 2 people are going to use. You could just buy a couple of fucking desk chairs. Like,
why can't sofas just not be so expensive?
Because of the government. Because of the government chair.
There is definitely some sort of sofa or furniture conspiracy.
Yeah, but for real, if there's only going to be 2 of you there and me 3 days out of the week for free, buy a second-hand sofa, bro.
I don't think I could do it. I can do it.
How not?
I can't.
How no?
It would make me uncomfortable.
Dude, it's a sofa. People sit on sofas. That's what they're for.
That's like me saying to you, just eat this curry.
It's not the
People
same.
eat curries all the time.
No, that's not. That's different. That is different.
How?
All right. First of all, when someone else has eaten curry, they've eaten enough curry that they're using the same fork each time. They're getting bacteria on it.
No. I just mean curry. I mean a fresh curry for you.
Oh, well, that's just because I don't like curry. You like sofas.
I don't like second-hand sofas though.
Why?
Why
it's
don't
not as
you
if
like
this,
curry?
Because it's not the same. That isn't the same. For real, it's just you will save so much money just getting a second-hand sofa.
Ugh.
Dude, if I'm the sort of guy where if I was walking past a dumpster and I saw a sofa sitting there, I'd be like, that bitch is coming with me.
You're the type of guy that you're walking down the street, you look to your right, and you see a pile of shit. You dive right into it. Think, yes, what a lovely, comfortable sofa.
No, but for real, it's a sofa, bro. You can wash the sheets. Mum will wash them for you. My mum.
Wow.
Yeah, you only have to pay her.
£100.
Yeah.
Per sheet.
Per sheet.
Yeah.
You could have bought a new sofa at that price, admittedly, but no, just fucking. What material would you go for then? If you're going to go with a new sofa, if you've got so much money,
fabric.
you could just. If it's fabric, so you can wash fabric.
Well, no, because if it's like a second-hand sofa, you have to get it reupholstered if you want to wash the fabric, and that costs like £300.
Still cheaper than buying a whole new sofa. Am I wrong?
It wouldn't be much different.
Well,
and then at that point, I'd rather just buy a
How would it not
sofa.
be? At that point, I feel like you're overestimating how much a second-hand sofa is. You can get a second-hand sofa. One, again, you only need it to fit fucking two of you for like fucking £150, £200.
Oh, but I don't want a crappy, like, old-looking sofa.
It doesn't need to be. Is mine crappy and old-looking?
Which sofa?
The one in the living room.
How much did that cost?
That was like £200, £250.
Okay, so if we were to get it reupholstered, it would cost $550. Then at that point, just buy a fresh sofa.
But you said the fresh sofa is like 800.
Yeah, it's only £200 more.
300. Do math.
250.
That's still, I feel like that's closer to 300 than 200.
It's exactly halfway.
But if you look at maths, there's that rule in maths where if it's 0.5, you round up.
It's exactly halfway.
Yeah, but if it's 0.5, you round up. That's a rule in maths.
It's halfway.
That's a rule in maths,
It's
though.
exactly halfway.
Is that not a rule in maths?
It's not a rule in maths.
It is a rule in maths.
It's not.
If you get like 1.5, you round up. And anything below that, like 1.0 to 1.4, you round down.
It depends on the context.
But that's maths, bro. That's maths, bro.
Okay. We will buy a brand new sofa because I'm too OCD to buy a second-hand sofa. I don't want to do it. Same way you don't want to eat curry. Fuck you. I'm buying a brand new sofa.
Fine, buy a brand new sofa. I'll fuck it.
Please do not fuck this. If you fuck the sofa, you will definitely not be able to stay.
Oh, yeah. But I really wanted to fuck your sofa.
I'm sorry.
That's why I was hoping it'd be second hand.
I
What else wouldn't you buy second hand? Would you buy a second hand fucking kettle?
It depends what conditions it's in.
How does that not count for the sofa then?
I don't know, because it's like, I just don't like the idea of used fabric.
What if it's been sat on exactly twice?
That's fine, but there's no way of knowing that for sure.
They tell you. They sign a blood contract.
They could be lying. They could be lying just so they can sell the sofa for a higher price.
But in that case, they could be lying about the kettle. No. Actually, I'm right. Either all of it's okay or none of it. Are you a fan of secondhand stuff or just some secondhand stuff? Anyone can buy anything.
Are you a fan of all food or just some food?
It's not the same.
It is
Stop
the
lying
same.
with the food. You're not eating and tasting the sofa.
Yeah, but you're touching it. You're sitting on it. You're making contact with it.
Okay, get a secondhand curry and wash it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, would you like to touch curry or just eat chicken?
It's not the same.
Oh, it's not the same? Okay.
If anyone actually listens to this, they're going to think you're insane for bringing that up.
I don't think so. Some people like things and some people don't. You don't like certain foods. I don't like certain weird things. Like, I don't want to wear secondhand clothes. I wouldn't buy a secondhand sofa.
So, you don't want to wear secondhand clothes, but you accepted a coat from Daniel once.
I'm not going to wear that.
Oh, really? It's a nice coat.
Yeah, but also Dan's like one of my mates. If it was a secondhand sofa from one of my mates...
So if I offered you a sofa...
Yeah, I'd probably be more okay with that. But if it's from a stranger, then yeah, I don't want that.
So if I offered you the sofa in the living room, you'd say yeah?
Depends how much you're selling it for. You're offering me the sofa.
Giving it for free?
Oh, then yeah, I'd take it for free.
Okay, but that sofa was secondhand.
Oh, I don't want it anymore.
See? Your rules are hypocritical and backwards, brother.
So are yours when it comes to food.
Yeah, but okay, if you're really relating it to the food, newsflash, arsehole, I've got autism.
I have OCD.
Barely. Get diagnosed and then we'll talk.
My mum is diagnosed as OCD. So
my mum's diagnosed as a fucking woman. Doesn't mean I'm one.
I'm not buying second-hand furniture.
Alright, but what will you buy at second-hand? Will you buy a second-hand fucking carpet?
No, that's worse, because then people's feet would be on it.
Admittedly, I also think that's gross, yeah. Second-hand curtains.
Wait, why do you think that's gross, but not the sofa?
Because it's a lot harder to wash a carpet than it is a sofa cushion.
It's actually easier to wash a carpet than a sofa.
I feel like you need to wash it more.
Okay, now you're a prick.
I feel like you need to wash it more.
Okay.
Because it's not only that, people, like, you're more likely to spill something on the floor than you are on the sofa.
Not necessarily to.
Yes,
Daniel's proof of that.
Yeah, but Daniel's an alcoholic piece of shit.
Yeah, but you don't know who the person you bought the sofa from is. You don't know their family. You think they'd admit that their family
okay, what
is
if that was the
alcoholic?
case? Would you buy a second-hand sofa if you spent a week with that person learning about them? You went into their house, you met their family.
If they were really nice, clean, tidy people like me, then I probably wouldn't have a problem with buying the sofa.
Hypocrite. You know what I say? Because
you just said that you didn't like
You brought up the food.
You just said that you didn't like carpets, but you're fine with a sofa.
You brought up the food, but guess what? I hate curry, but if one of my best friends was like, you should try this delicious curry I made, I'm still not going to eat it. Hypocrite. Okay, so...
Actually, it depends which one of my friends. Same way, it would depend what food I offered you. If one of my friends... offered me the sofa, I'd say no, because I would know that there'd be loads of fucking shit on it and he's not clean.
Yeah. Do you want me to censor his name?
Yes, definitely.
Because that wasn't a kind thing you just said.
It's true though.
It is true.
Right? But yeah, I wouldn't, yeah. Things that I would buy second hand.
What if it's from a celebrity, but he was a bit dirty? But just the fact that it's from a celebrity is like something to brag about.
I'd sell it. Yeah, I'd buy it and sell it for more.
No, that's a good point. I can't even argue with that.
There'd probably be some weirdo out there who pay a lot of money for it.
Alright, so are you getting the sofa like immediately? Because a lot of people, I mean, I guess this is more for men who just like live alone with other men, but a lot of people will have like fucking lawn chairs to begin with, and fucking just a mattress on the floor, and then they'll upgrade slowly. Are you going all in? Like the fucking Sims?
We're gonna buy, well, unfortunately for you, the guest room will probably be the last thing. The guest room and the office will probably be the last two rooms
I will
that get
sleep
done.
on a hardwood floor. I don't give a shit.
I
don't care about myself. No.
The dining and living room will probably get done, and our bedroom will probably get done.
Do you really need a dining room?
To eat in, yeah.
Why? You need to eat.
Yeah.
You can't just fucking eat at a desk or whatever.
I prefer to eat at the dining table.
Don't get me wrong. I also need a table, but I'm just saying you could just eat at your desk. You're gonna have a desk. Do you really need a separate table for your food?
The main reason for that is because that's the biggest room in the house, and it will look the emptiest.
Make it the living room then. Make it the living room then.
Yeah, I know, but the dining table, it'll be a dining table, 2 sofas.
So it's all in one?
Yeah, so it's like a big room.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine then.
Yeah,
I thought you meant a separate room just for the dining table.
No, yeah. It's one big room.
No, that's fine then. Yeah, no argument.
It's an open plan.
Yeah. Oh, high five for that shit. Yeah.
Open plan, kitchen, living, dining room, baby. Yeah, so that and the main bedroom will be the 2 rooms that we do first. Because I don't know. Well, one thing that I do know is that I'm really, really fussy with everything. Yeah.
You're the fussiest man I've known. I remember that time I was like, hey man, you look good today, and you were like, it took me 8 hours to look this good.
Yeah.
I plucked all of my eyebrows and then glued them back on.
Exactly.
I shaved my head and glued it all back on. I whipped out my teeth and glued it. It was a lot of gluing, essentially.
Yeah. I was covered in glue. Yeah, you should have noticed, really.
You thought I said you look good, but I actually said, wow, you look sticky today.
No, you said you look glued.
Yeah, you
not
look
good.
Yeah. You look glue. Yeah. And you were like, it took me 8 hours to look like this.
Yeah. But what I'll probably do is I'll probably end up spending. I'll see how far $2,000 can go on furniture.
Not much.
Yeah, it won't go far.
Dude, that could be just your sofa and your fucking table.
Just the sofa. Okay,
how about kitchen utensils? Are you gonna have alright, big question. Audience, you might not know this. Hector's family, no microwave. Are you buying a microwave?
Oh, it comes with a microwave.
Hey! Yeah, he's joining the clan.
I probably won't use it though.
Are you gonna have an air fryer?
Maybe.
You look like the sort of person who'd have an air fryer.
I'm the sort of person that would buy an air fryer just to condescend to everyone that doesn't have an air fryer.
Yeah. I have an air fryer which I've never used. My family use it. I don't trust it, but I still, to this day, will be like, "You don't have an air fryer."
Exactly.
What are you, poor?
And then I only converse with other people that have air fryers, and we band together on our little air fryer.
You can get one of the tattoos.
Yeah, exactly, an air fryer tattoo. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that should go far. That should be.
So it comes furnished in the kitchen, sorry.
No, the whole house is unfurnished.
Oh, so it doesn't come with a microwave.
Oh no, sorry. Those are called white goods. So all the white goods are in the house. Yeah.
Which includes what, oven?
So it
kitchen,
includes oven,
kitchen utensils essentially.
Fridge, washing machine, dishwasher, freezer, microwave.
Okay.
That kind of shit.
Are they good? I mean, you must have seen them. No, I know they're white, but are they good quality?
White goods.
Okay. White power.
Yes.
But are they good quality?
They do look pretty good. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, they look high spec. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a microwave oven.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one of those that can be both.
I know what a microwave oven is.
When it can microwave things, but it can also be an oven.
Why would you oven the hot food when the cold food of the oven is hot?
That's a good question. Yeah.
Now here's an actual question, because I could see you being one of those guys who doesn't own a TV.
In where?
In your living room.
No, we need a TV.
You are going to have a TV.
TV and an Xbox.
And an Xbox?
Yeah.
Why not PlayStation, bro? Join me.
I don't like how they look.
What do you mean you don't like how they look? You can get them in black.
I mean, I don't like the shape.
There's a slim.
Size.
There's a slim.
I don't like
Get a PS5 Slim, bro.
No.
Why not? Join me.
I just like the way the Xbox looks. It's just a black box. It's perfect.
You can literally... let me show you what the PlayStation 5 Slim looks like.
Okay, fine.
Because, bro, like, you're gonna actually get a console for the first time I've known you, and you're not going to get one.
I won't use it.
Who will?
Whenever people come over.
Oh. What the fuck? What?
Because it's like a good thing to have, People come over, you're like, hey, use the console. No, I hate that.
But you can get it in black.
I hate it.
Why?
I just want to, let me see.
Look at that.
Oh, no. No, that's...
What do you mean no?
No.
Why not?
No. Okay, right, hang on. You see what I mean? Look at what the look at what the Xbox, the one that is just a box.
No, I know the one that's just a box. But
that is perfect because it's just a black.
It looks
box.
like a fucking mini fridge.
That's what I want.
Why? Get one that looks like spacey.
That's gonna look really out of place. Yeah.
Fine.
I'd rather just have like a really black, plain, boring-looking box.
Okay, but I could see you being the sort of guy who doesn't have a TV. You just have like a fucking record player. Radio.
A record player and a grand piano in the corner of the room.
Are you going to bring your piano?
Yes, I will. Yeah. We'll probably put that in the guest room.
What? Oh.
Yeah.
So you'll be going to bed at 3 in the morning.
Actually, another.
You'll hear me doing a soothing melody.
Yeah. Actually, another spoiler is that the guest room will be like Shermong's / study. So, because I'll be in the office during the day. Doesn't sound right, pal. Yeah. Because I'm going to be in the office during the day. And she'll need like her own space to do writing, and it's not like
she can't just do that in your bedroom.
No, because that'll be the bedroom. I don't want her working in the bedroom.
Why not?
Because I don't.
What?
I'm a really controlling OCD person. Everything in the house needs to be perfect, otherwise I'll freak out.
Okay, so my room will actually be Shamong's office.
Yes.
Why can't she work with you? Set up 2 desks.
No.
You don't ever have to interact.
No.
Why not?
Because I need my own space to work in.
Put up a partition.
No.
Put up a curtain.
No. Because I like to pace as well when I'm working.
You can still pace.
I need to have the whole room.
Okay.
Yeah. And the office...
to me, it just sounds like you hate your girlfriend. You want to see it as least of her as you possibly can.
I'm just a little bit OCD.
Yeah, well, I'm very autistic, so I still beat you. Yeah. But no,
I mean, I'd probably get it from my mum, who is very OCD.
Okay.
Yeah. And who will like freak out over the tiniest things, which I don't do necessarily, because maybe I'm aware of it.
Yeah.
From like, you know, you have your parent that does this thing and you hate the fact that she does it, so now you're not, that's, you know, you're not as likely to do it because you hate it.
Yeah, I get that. That's why I will never have kids.
Yeah, because your parents had kids and,
and
you
I hated
kids.
that. Yeah,
exactly.
No, I hated their kids. But no, that all sounds cool, you know. What sort of TV are you going to get? A big one? Big boy? 105 inches, 3D, 4K, 8K surround sound, Dolby Vision.
Oh, baby. So... this house is going to be so fucking beautiful.
Is it?
Yeah, it's going to be so nice. For me, I'm going to love this house. Everyone else is going to hate it.
Siobhan's going to hate it.
Yeah, she's going to
She's going to walk into a house every day and pull her hair out and be like, this is a nightmare. I'm living in a nightmare.
My boyfriend controls everything.
I'm in an abusive relationship and he's not hit me once.
He chooses when I go to bed, when I wake up. He chooses what I eat.
I can't drink milk anymore. He's banned milk from the house. I just want some milk.
Every time I go downstairs, all the furniture's moved.
He installed a pool table. He's never used it.
Oh, that reminds me of that fucking anthology called The House.
Oh yeah,
where they're getting fucked with, and they go downstairs, and all the furniture's constantly changing and moving. Yeah, that's gonna be Siobhan. She's gonna go crazy in that house with me. But no, then in the living room, there's gonna be a big TV. I'll probably see. Is 4K a thing?
Yeah.
Does it work with everything though?
What do you mean?
If I get a 4K TV, am I just going to be streaming 1080p onto a 4K TV?
No, but it depends on two things. One, it depends on your subscription services and the level of which you're subscribed. Like, you can only get 4K with Netflix if you're on the highest tier, which is like fucking £18 a month or whatever the fuck it is.
But then there's that 4K with everything on Netflix.
Well, no, it's for Netflix originals mostly and a lot of movies. But the opposite side of that is it also will heavily depend on your internet quality. You need to have really great internet just to stream 4K. Now, one thing I can do for you, because I'm a good guy. You know me, I'm a good guy.
Plex server.
Yeah, I'd be able to set you up your own server where you can have 4K things. But, I mean, you think South Park's released in 4K? No, you know.
So then that makes me think, what the fuck is the point of buying a 4K TV if less than half of what you're...
I mean, I could tell you now, the main draw of 4K at the moment is select movies. Some movies are fucking fantastic. Disney Plus have a great 4K range, which also comes with, you know, HDR, which is beautiful. Or gaming. Gaming is a huge draw for 4K. Yeah. You know, because again, PlayStation 5s, Xbox Ones, most great PC setups, they all come with native 4K.
That's true.
You know.
Actually, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's enough of a reason to get a 4K TV, actually. Yeah.
Get 3D TV too.
Are they actually good, though, or are they just, like, eye-burning, eye cancer?
Well, that depends on how you feel about 3D, but, I mean, it's not always 3D.
Because what my
It's not
how do I
always
say
3D.
it? My belief of 3D, or my knowledge of 3D, or my memory of 3D, is putting on those glasses and getting a headache.
You will need the glasses for it to work. 3D's not that good yet. You can't just see things in 3D. You need.
But is
glasses.
it still like that where you put on the blue and the red glasses? And
No, dude, that's outdated as fuck. It's those little it's like they're like sunglasses now.
I see.
Yeah.
I mean, then yeah, we could get a 3D TV. How much do they cost?
I mean, a lot.
How much is a lot? Like over $1,000?
Yeah.
Like over $2,000?
Probably.
Over 3?
Possibly.
Over 4?
Maybe. It
Do
depends
you know?
on no. But obviously, all those factors will count. You know, count towards it. The size of it, 4K, Dolby Vision, HDR, fucking 3D. That's all gonna contribute.
Dolby Vision.
Dolby Vision.
What is that?
Oh, Dolby Vision's fucking gorgeous. Just gorgeous quality of that's like have you seen the Guardians of the Galaxy movies?
Is it the Guardians of the Galaxy? Of course I see the Guardians.
You know Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in the cinema. Did you see it in cinemas, Guardians of the Galaxy 2? It's the one where they go to Ego, the big planet who's got...
Oh, I actually think I did see that in the cinemas.
Do you remember it looking fucking beautiful? Because it is. It's the best looking Marvel movie, in my opinion. It's a beautiful film.
I might have...
The main aspect of Dolby Vision is the colours. They just pop. It's such a vibrant fucking colour thing. It's honestly, it's just fucking gorgeous. And they use it a lot in cinemas, in cinematic films, just to make colours pop.
Yeah. TVs with good colour science are usually expensive.
Yeah, like I mean, high dynamic range is also really nice, but that's more about like the contrast. Like that's more like when you go into Photoshop and you open up the fucking S curve. Like it's still a really nice way of watching it, but it's nothing compared to.
We'll probably spend as much as it takes to get a nice TV, basically.
Okay, no, that's
fair. I don't want to buy. Actually, I am the type of person. I do not want to buy something cheap that will later get replaced, because every time you do that, it's just you've just wasted the money on buying the cheap thing.
Would you buy
bought the nice thing?
Well, would you buy a warranty?
A warranty?
So if a TV gets broken, you could just get a new one. You have to buy a whole new one.
Probably not. No,
Why
I don't think I've ever bought a warranty for anything, actually.
Really?
Not even for my phone.
Really?
Yeah, not even for my phone.
What about insurance? Would you get device insurance?
Probably not. Not unless.
I'm gonna come and smash your TV.
You're not allowed in this house. With each passing a sentence, I'm realising that maybe this is a bad idea to let you inside.
No, the bad idea is getting a house, because I'm coming no matter what, wherever you live. Yeah. You can live in a cardboard box in the middle of the street, and I'm gonna be your plus one. Because I just love you, man.
You'll be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably good TV. Probably get. I also don't want to get a console that has like fucking 30 FPS. But for some reason...
I mean, you do realise the PlayStation 5 is a better console than the Xbox One, like.
I just don't like...
Like, the Xbox One doesn't even have an SSD.
What is the best Xbox? Actually, no, I was looking. Like, the best Xboxes and PlayStations are like 500 to 600 quid.
Yeah?
At that point, I'd rather just fucking get a mini PC.
I mean, yeah... I feel like the main draw of a console is the fact that, I mean, I might be wrong saying this, I guess, but it is the idea of one. I mean, because, I mean, I know you disagree, but a lot of people agree that it's easier, like just straight up easier, you know, with just the controller. I like it more than the keyboard and mouse, I'll be honest.
Really?
Yeah. No, I really do. To the point where I'll sometimes plug in my because, you know, you can use the controllers, obviously. Yeah. Not for all games. Like Minecraft is weird on a controller. I bet Space Engineers is fucking weird on a controller. But like Dead by Daylight and fucking, you know, all that sort of shit, I play on a controller.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, you always play that on the PlayStation.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. that would be the main reason that I would ever get a console, is for the ease of people coming over and us all playing games together.
But it's not even about the gaming, because with a console, it's also just a home entertainment system. You can get all the streaming apps, and you can, you know, get all of that on the console. Which, don't get me wrong, I know you can also get on a computer, but
is it as easy to use?
Exactly.
On a computer.
You have to go in and type it in every
I don't know
time.
how you'd actually use a computer like that if you had it set up like that.
Yeah, exactly. Because that would just become a big hassle.
How would you do that? There must be some solution.
You'd need like a wireless keyboard that you could just use as basically a controller, like a wireless keyboard and mouse.
That actually sounds really cool.
At the same time, though, it'd be very far away. Be hard, you know. You'd need.
That's true.
You need it to be on, like, you know, Zoom fucking 500.
Yeah.
Because I used to do. I don't know if you remember, but my house in Burton End, I used to just have my computer hooked to my 50-inch TV.
Yeah.
And I'd have to sit in a chair, like, right in front of it, essentially.
Holy shit, on a 50-inch TV. Jesus Christ. That'd be so pixelated.
I used to play... No, because it was 4K TV.
Oh, I see.
But I used to play Minecraft and shit like that with you guys on a 50-inch TV.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, I'd probably get a console for downstairs.
The most sci-fi I ever felt was when I would take video calls on that. Because it'd be like one of those movies where it's someone taking a call on a space station.
Yeah.
And it's always like on a wall. Yeah. You know, I'd basically be like, I'd stand in front of my TV talking to someone and being like, intriguing. Like,
put them on widescreen.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And I'd press full screen, but then I'd quickly run to the screen with my fingers. I'd go, so it goes really. Yeah. No, it all sounds sick.
What I wanted to do, what I've always thought would be a really cool idea, because obviously underneath that is just a motherboard. So what you could do is you could buy a big PC case and have 3 motherboards inside it. One, the PlayStation motherboard, another one, PC motherboard, another one, Xbox motherboard, have them all hooked up, have like a switch on the front so you can switch in between them and have it connected to one screen so you can easily switch between PC, Xbox and PlayStation all inside one box. How cool would that be?
I mean, I feel like it'd be awesome, but that's going to be a fucking expensive endeavour.
Yeah, it probably would be. But that would be cool to do.
What would you call it?
The
PC S51.
The Plex box.
What? What does it have to do with the Plex?
Because PlayStation, PL, Xbox, Plex box.
But has the PC fan?
PC.
Yes.
Yeah, the Plex box PC.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I wish.
And that's patented.
That is patented.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish you luck. I'm thankful that you're giving us a new studio.
Yeah.
Because we have to constantly deal with background noise here, obviously.
Yeah. Actually, what we'll probably also do is try and get a sofa bed, because obviously one guest room is not going to be enough if there's like more than one person staying over.
Yeah.
So actually, a sofa bed like what Matt's got would be pretty good.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be really useful.
That would be really useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, are we ready to move on to another topic?
Holy shit!
Yeah, because that was just an hour of you.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to move on to one of my topics.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
That's a good topic though. One of the first things I want to talk about. We spoke about the idea of them doing this on the podcast ages ago, but they actually announced it. Talking of PlayStation, they are remastering The Last of Us Part 2. And making a PS5 native version.
I thought that's good looking already.
It's one of the most beautiful games ever made.
Right. Yeah, they're remastering it.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be so beautiful and good looking that it'll just blow you away.
Well, no, that's the thing. So they're making a native PS5 version. They're actually, I mean, thankfully, they're doing it so that if you already own the game, then you only have to pay £10 for the upgrade, which they didn't do for the first Last of Us. But I want to show you a screenshot of the difference between The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2. Sorry, The Last of Us Part 2 and The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered.
Okay.
More specifically, I want you to point out the really obvious differences.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, let me find a good picture. I'm just scrolling through X, which, no, it's Twitter, mate. Let's not get into that, but yeah, it being X is a fucking...
Have we already discussed that?
We must have.
We must have.
We've done 30 episodes
It's
now,
dumb.
Hector.
They've basically renamed Twitter to a fucking porn website.
Alright, so the top one is PS4, and the bottom one is PS5.
Yeah, actually, what you should have done is not told me and asked me to tell you which one is which.
That's true. Alright, ready?
Yeah. Hey, what? Is the top one the new one?
No.
The top one is not the new one?
No.
Oh, okay. What?
Should I tell you what the very obvious difference is? Because it's the only difference. It's just the lighting.
Yeah, but that's like so tiny.
Yeah. In other words, they already made a PS4 game so fucking beautiful that there isn't really any update whatsoever.
You see, my first thoughts is that the top one is the new one because it has more colour, more contrast, looks a bit more cinematic.
The main reason
this one
for
looks
that,
less cinematic.
No, the main reason for that is because the top one's an actual screenshot from the game, where the bottom one's a screenshot from a trailer, which is uploaded to YouTube. So obviously it's being compressed a bit.
Okay.
You got to understand, this was all kind of a joke. There's no difference. There's really no difference. The PS4 Last of Us, which by the way, yeah, it's on the PS4, but guess what? It was released in fucking 2020. That was like, they knew what they were doing, and they made a game so goddamn gorgeous. It runs at 60 FPS on the PS4, and it looks that good. Like, no need. The main reason why I will be buying it, because I am kind of against it, the main reason I will be buying it is because they're adding a new game mode. Which is like a thing where, because there's obviously enemies you fight, where it's like a thing where you have to fight waves of enemies and then you end in a boss battle. That sounds cool to me. And again, since I already own it, it's just a £10 upgrade. Sure, I don't care. But man, calling it a remaster is really funny.
That's essentially no
Just
difference.
call it Last of Us Part 2 PS5.
Yeah.
This isn't a remaster. There's nothing to remaster. It's a perfect looking game. It's a great game. It's a masterpiece of a game. I've talked about this in the podcast before.
Yeah.
Last of Us Part 2 receives a lot of hate from dummies, from brain dead morons who hate one of the story choices, who hate some of the story choices. But guess what? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it on the internet before. Oh, The Last of Us Part 2's flopped. Worst game. You're dumb. You have no brain. You've got a tapeworm in your brain and it's eating your brain. The Last of Us Part 2 is, in my opinion, objectively a masterpiece. It's an incredible game.
Yeah.
This remaster, it's just a PS5, bud.
Yeah.
It's not a remaster. It's such a gorgeous game.
Yeah.
It looks better than most PS5 games. Last of Us Part 2 looks better than Spider-Man 2. And I loved Spider-Man 2, but looks better? Yeah. 100%. 100%. Last of Us Part 2 is fucking gorgeous. Like, it's insane. What an insane thing to do. They just love money.
Grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just love money.
Yeah, but it's not only that, because there's also the fact that, you know, they're currently filming season 2 of the show, so obviously they want to re-release the game to build up hype for season 2 when it comes out, which is the main reason why they fucking remade part 1. That was released around the same time as the show started, which, by the way, the show was this year. It feels like it was ages ago, the show, for me.
No.
It's only this year. It's January. But it's still this year.
Leander watched the entirety of it on a plane.
On a plane. On a
plane.
He said.
He watched the entirety of it on a plane. What a terrible... On a tiny little fucking plane screen.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's done.
Yeah.
Not a long segment. Not as long as your house segment, but I just wanted to bring it up.
Yeah.
Okay. The main thing I want to talk about today is obvious, because it's the same thing I want to talk about every episode, but you won't let me sometimes. It's Doctor Who.
When do I not let you talk about Doctor Who?
Well, because I talk about it. I talk about it too much.
I've never tried to start.
You once sat me down. You once sat me down off podcast. I'm spilling all your secrets. You once sat me down off podcast, and you're like, Bradley, this isn't a Doctor Who podcast. You're taking up too much time talking about your shitty little kids show. No one cares about Doctor Who. You're sad, lonely little man, and you will die alone. And I was like, Hector, this is getting really harsh. You should stop. Please, you're hurting my feelings. You were like, I don't care. You're a disappointment to your friends and family. No wonder your dad left. And I was like, Jesus, Hector! You don't remember saying that?
I never said that.
You said all of that.
I never said that.
That was a direct quote.
I never...
I know it's a direct quote, because as you were saying it, I cut it into my arm to remind myself every
Oh my
day.
God.
Alright, so yeah, the main things I want to talk about in Doctor Who. So I went to the November 4th DoctorDonnathon, as you can see from that poster on my wall there, which literally says DoctorDonnathon, and at the very bottom it says 4th of November.
Yeah, so I know exactly what it was when you went to see it.
Yeah, exactly. We and my friend Peter, who he will be a friend of the podcast. I've got to have him on at some point.
Definitely. Especially now that we'll have the office.
Exactly, yeah. and I'm going to be a friend of his podcast.
Where is Peter staying?
He's in London.
He's staying in London.
Yeah. But I'm going to be a friend of his podcast at least, because he's starting a podcast that I recorded an episode for ages ago. He's waiting for the right time to start releasing them. I went with Peter. It started at 9 and finished at 10:30. So it was only an hour and a half. Oh wait, no, sorry. It was only 13 and a half hours.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, not an hour and a half, sorry. No, 13 and a half.
How did your arse feel at the end of that?
My arse was fine. Peter was not fine. He certainly felt okay. Alright, so we watched 14 episodes. So we watched The Runaway Bride, which is Donna's first one with the Rachnos.
Yeah.
And then we watched all of Series 4, beginning with, Partners in Crime.
Yeah.
I'll just list them all. Who fucking cares? Just to remind you. Yeah. So Partners in Crime, the one with the little adipose,
Yeah. I like that one.
The Fires of Pompeii, the volcano one. Planet of the Ood.
That's a good one.
The Centauran two-parter, Centauran Strategy and Poison Sky. It's fine. Who cares? Yeah. The Doctor's Daughter, the one with the fish guys, and the Doctor gets that blonde daughter, who's now his wife. He married her.
Yeah.
The Unicorn and the Wasp, classic.
Oh yes.
Science in the Library, the Vashton.
That's a good. I love that.
Yeah,
one.
Yeah. Midnight, that one. My favourite episode of all time.
Well. Yeah, that's a good one.
Then obviously the Turn Left, Stolen Earth, Journey's End with Davros, and everyone coming back. My main thoughts on it. So obviously these are episodes that I've seen literally countless times. I couldn't tell you how many times I've watched that era of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
There's something truly magical.
Could you tell us how many times you've seen that era of Doctor Who?
I really couldn't. It's my ultimate show. It's my baby. If I was to go on what's that show called, Mastermind?
Yeah.
That would definitely be my specialist subject, and I'd win.
Yeah.
I mean, I just named all the episodes in Series 4 off the top of my head. I could do that for the entire show.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm going to do it now.
Oh my God.
Return to the World, The Unquiet Dead. No, I actually could though. It's a sad thing, but seeing all those episodes that I love and cherish
on the big screen.
On the big screen, but not only on the big screen, but in new remastered, because they upscaled it a little while ago for Blu-ray, and the upscales are a bit shit. But this is fully remastered. Like, they've actually gone through and took effort.
Yeah.
And it looked fucking gorgeous.
Oh man.
It looked beautiful.
And is it released anywhere?
Yeah, no, the new remastered Blu-ray is going to be released in about 2-3 weeks, I think. So I will probably buy them.
Download those bad boys onto digital.
Exactly, but seriously, it looked gorgeous. The main highlights were, because there was 140 of us overall, and again, it was all free. I won tickets. I felt exclusive. The main things I'll say, the main notes. So there was a lot of people dressed up as doctors and people. You know, it's Doctor Who. They weren't dressed as Iron Man. You know,
dressed up as the Queen of England. And,
yeah,
you know.
I could have dressed up. I've got a pretty makeshift Capaldi outfit. 12th Doctor.
Might not be appropriate for this.
No, that's what I thought. I was like, okay, if I go dressed as Capaldi, I'm going to be the only Capaldi and everyone else is going to be dressed as a 10th Doctor.
Yeah.
I was incredibly wrong.
Really?
Yeah, there were 13th Doctors, 7th Doctors, 9th Doctors.
Oh, shit.
4th Doctors, a lot of 4th Doctors. There was even a shootie there, someone dressed up as the new Doctor.
Oh, shit.
Out yet. So I was incredibly wrong, and I felt really disappointed that I didn't.
No.
Again, 13.5 hours. It wasn't just continuous, though. There were 15-minute breaks every, 3 episodes. Every 3 episodes, yeah. I saw some of my favourite episodes on the big screen. Again, Midnight, I cherish. It is my favourite episode of all time. It inspired me so much as a writer, too. Because it is a horror. It's just a straight-up, brilliant, terrifying episode as a kid. Me and Peter, because Silence in the Library, the Rush Nevada episode, it is good, but me and Peter were having a conversation after, during the break after that one. And we were like, is it me or is that episode a bit dated? And it is.
Really?
It actually doesn't. Alright, the main reason it doesn't hold up is because it was one of Moffat's first episodes. Before that, he had only written The Empty Child, The Go in the Fireplace, Blink.
Yeah.
So it was only his 4th story for Doctor Who. But the main reason it's dated is not because of the quality of the episode itself, but it's because once he became showrunner, he became quite repetitive. So you were seeing things that he would then do repeatedly over the next 10 years. And at that point, it was it genuinely, me and Peter were like, man, that episode unfortunately was way better as a kid because it hadn't grown stale. Moffat's shtick hadn't grown stale,
Yeah.
But then it's still a great episode, it is, but we were both like, man, was it just me or did it drag a bit? And it was like, yeah, unfortunately so. I was kind of waiting for it to finish so we could get to Midnight and the Davos trilogy.
Yeah.
And that was the highlight. Another thing about being in a room with 140 giant nerds, there was a lot of cheering.
Oh, nice.
Which is great.
Yeah.
The biggest cheer of the night, I'm going to give you 3 guesses. What do you think the biggest cheer of the night was? Because you won't be able to guess. Maybe I shouldn't have asked you this.
There's so many places where the biggest cheer of the night could have been.
Yeah.
I don't know, just fucking tell me.
It was when Jackie appeared in Journey's End.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It was when Jackie, Rose's mum, appeared.
Amazing.
Yeah, but we were cheering for everything. We cheered when all the characters showed up. We cheered for Martha. Sarah Jane got a beautiful cheer.
Yeah.
Because at that point it was already 13 hours in, and I knew K9 was about to appear, and I whispered to Peter, I was like, if K9 doesn't get a fucking cheer, and he did, and I was like, good, because that would have been disrespectful. Yeah. The only people who didn't get a cheer, which is fucking hysterical, was Captain Jack and Noel Clarke. What?
Oh no! For a second I thought that was Dan's reply, but it wasn't.
Oh no!
Cut this bit.
Yeah. But yeah, the only ones who didn't get a cheer were Captain Jack and Mickey, which is because both their actors got cancelled, which I think is pretty funny.
Yeah.
I was kind of sad, because you can't call it a DoctorDonnathon and not include their real last episodes together at the end of time. I get why they didn't, because then it would have actually lasted until like fucking 12:30, 1 in the morning. But at the same time, you got a DoctorDonnathon and there's 2 hours of content that you haven't shown, you know? But man, no, it was honestly fantastic. It's definitely one of the nerdiest things I've ever done, go and sit in a cinema for 13.5 hours.
Hey, you've got to do these things.
You've got to do these things.
Yeah.
We got a special video message from Russ T and David Tennant, you know, to bookend it.
Big Russell team.
The
one of our most beloved podcast fans, Russell T. Davis.
Yeah. There's also Chibnall. Chris
Chibnall.
Christopher Chibnall. Oh, no, I'm not here. He's probably a good guy, you know. He's just not a great writer.
What did he say in his thing?
He made a funny joke actually, which was like, "Thank you all for." You know, Ross was like, 14 hours of Doctor Who. Oh, I wish I was there. Actually, I really don't. I've got a lot better things to do with my time, which I thought was pretty funny. And David Tennant was like, "Oh, you lucky guys, you lucky sods, you. Have fun, Scottish,
Scottish.
But yeah, it was hype, and seriously, the fact that I won tickets, I don't win much. I'm kind of a loser. So just winning the tickets was great, but to actually be able to go with a friend, again, it was. I love Peter, but it was the first time I'd seen him since graduation. What a perfect chance to reconnect.
Yeah.
Because I've stayed in contact with him the entire time. I just haven't seen him.
Yeah.
So the fact
that is a shame you didn't film a podcast straight afterwards. Though, to be fair.
It was, but at the same time, it was already like 11:30 when we got back.
Yeah.
We needed to eat. We got a bit drunk.
Yeah.
We wanted to watch the end of time, but we didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't have a good mic. I didn't bring my mic.
Oh, that's fair.
But yeah, no, and it really was, especially considering, like, again, the 60th is this month, just a great chance, because I was going to rewatch it anyway, obviously, so to be able to have rewatched it in that cinema was just fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, talking of that, I'm not done. It returns on the 25th. We're getting the David Tennant trilogy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so it's the 25th at 6:30, all the way to the 9th of December, 3 episodes, and then very short break, because then it comes back on Christmas with Shooty Gatwa. Yeah. Now, they are doing something with this new era of Doctor Who, which I don't love. They're resetting the season count. So Shooty Gatwa's first season is going to be season 1. Again.
Why?
The main reason they're doing it is because this is a new era. It's going to be on Disney Plus and everything. And they aren't even wrong, but they're aware that because it's only going to be that stuff that's on Disney Plus. They're not having the old Doctor Who or like the series we've had recently and all that. So if it's going to be on Disney Plus and the first season on the season tab is season 14, it's going to be a bit off-putting to new audiences.
Yeah.
So I do get why they're doing it, but at the same time, that means that Doctor Who as I know it makes me feel old, because Doctor Who as I know it is over.
Yeah.
It was Doctor Who 2005 to 2022.
Yeah.
Fucking Christopher Eccleston to Jodie Whittaker. That was one now contained era.
Oh man.
I know.
They just basically
it's basically another
Doctor Who.
It's basically a new reboot, and now it's Doctor Who. It's not Doctor Who because it used to be Doctor Who 1963, Doctor Who 2005, and now it's also Doctor Who 2023.
Yeah.
It's the third version of the show essentially. Which which
makes sense if they've done it before.
No, and at the same time it doesn't. It makes sense in terms of making it presentable for a new audience, but at the same time, Doctor Who 2005, when they reset it to Series 1, that was 16 years following the survival. And the main difference there is that it went from Season 1 to Series 1. Because the classics were seasons. They had like 26 episodes. The first season had 42 episodes.
Yeah.
In a year. This went to 13. That's the main difference between like a season of television and a series.
Yeah.
Is that, in my opinion. It's also a very American thing. But this, it's going to be Doctor Who 2005 to 2022, and then Doctor Who 2023 onwards. Like, there's not been enough time there.
Yeah.
Why reboot? That's like if they rebooted the MCU. That's like if they did Spider-Man and then the next year they rebooted Spider-Man. Like, it'd be like, oh, why? Why? I mean, they did do that, sort of, with Amazing Spider-Man, because it was only 2 years later we got Tom Holland. But at the same time, I get why they're doing it to make it presentable, but I'm going to miss Doctor Who 2005.
They really care about Disney Plus that much?
Yeah. I don't know why I said that. Yes, they do. Yes, the fact that it's partnered with Disney Plus is huge.
Really?
It's Doctor Who. Like, I know for us it seems like a big thing, but you've got to understand how much of a British icon it is. It's not that big around the world. It's big, not that big, but now it's joining the same brand recognition as Marvel and Star Wars. Star Wars.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, and the first introduction to it is going to be fucking...
No problem with it being Shooty Gatwa. You haven't seen him. You don't know what he'll be like. You racist.
He might be like David Tennant.
Well, no, that's hilarious. Their first introduction of him is David Tennant. The 60th is going to be on Disney Plus.
Okay.
So their first introduction is 3 episodes with a guy who used to be the Doctor 10 years ago, 13 years ago, who they're not going to know because that's not on Disney Plus.
No.
And it's also going to have the return of a companion from 13 years ago, which again, they're not going to know.
But that makes even fucking less sense.
I know! Exactly. I don't know. But at the same time, obviously I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
There is one last thing I want to talk about with Doctor Who.
Oh.
So, obviously, Children in Need was last night.
Oh, yes. What happened?
And Doctor Who had a episode, had a little 5-minute sketch.
Yeah.
Now, they did one thing in this which is actually notable. Like, it's actually pretty notable. So, 5-minute sketch. It had the 14th Doctor go back in time accidentally to the genesis of the Daleks. Mm-hmm. And he has a little conversation with a fucking Khaled, and he accidentally names the Daleks, gives them their iconic catchphrase, and gives them their plunger. So he basically had a big part in creating the Daleks. The main reason any of it was notable is because it actually had Davros in. It's the first time you've seen him since 2015. But it wasn't the Davros we know. So let me show you how Davros looked. So because it was set before the creation of the Daleks, they had the opportunity to explore Davros, because you might not even know this, but Davros he doesn't look like that. He is actually a normal guy who's just really disfigured. So they had him before his accident.
Oh,
and it's the same actor who plays him. It's Julian Bleach, who played him in Journey's End and all that. Yeah. So it's still recognisably Davros. Now, I saw that and I was like, okay, that's cool. Get Davros pre-accident, that's sick. But then I watched... So they released a little behind-the-scenes video of the Children in Need special, Doctor Who Unleashed, which is a new behind-the-scenes show coming out. Like Doctor Who Confidential, if you remember Doctor Who Confidential.
Yeah. I don't.
It was a show that only lasted from series 1 to 6, but it had behind the scenes of every episode. It was on BBC 3 after each episode aired, where it showed you how they created the episode. That's coming back as Doctor Who Unleashed. Mm-hmm. And it had Russell T in, where he explains that Davros was brought back, but he has a problem with Davros. And his problem with Davros is the fact that Davros is in a wheelchair. And he thinks it perpetuates a harmful stereotype in film and TV of disabled people being evil. So he brought Davros back as pre-accident Davros, and he said that if Davros ever does appear in the main show again, he will be that. He will not look like he has before. He will not be in the Dalek chair. He will not be disabled or disfigured. He will just be a human. Now, my main issue with this, and I really want to be clear, I'm not anti. I don't even consider. I wouldn't call it woke per se. My main problem with it is the idea that, and also change canon. I don't give a shit. If you want to reinvent Davros, give him a new body. I don't care about that. But your reason for doing it, I think, is misguided, Ross. You can say, oh, it harms the stereotype. It's ableist, but how far are you going with that? Oh, this villain's a woman. that's sexist. This villain's gay. That's homophobic. This villain's black. That's a harmful stereotype. What's your ideal villain? Just a straight, white, abled man? Like, how deep does that ideology go, Russell? Because you can say, oh yeah, harmful stereotype, disabled thing, and you're not necessarily wrong. I can think of a lot of villains, even in Doctor Who alone, that are disabled. But also at the same time, I didn't even really think of Davros as that. He isn't just in a wheelchair. That's a life support system. It's not that he can't use his legs. He's a torso. That's all he is. Yeah. He's also a cyborg. Like, he's mostly wires.
He's also an alien.
And I can honestly say, I think you would have to be a really unique way and brand of fucked up to see an actual human man in a wheelchair and be like, I reckon he's evil, just like Davros. Like, I'm sorry, Russ. I get your good intentions, and I don't care about the change that much. But I feel like I'm not going to say it goes too far, because it's not going too far towards anything. I think that line of thinking of, oh, it's a harmful stereotype, that can go a bit too far, bud. Because at that point, what isn't?
Yeah.
You're going to have a Russian villain. He's a villain from Russia. Oh, that's a harmful stereotype. Have you not seen Die Hard? Oh, you can't do that. No, he must be British. Oh, but a British villain. Oh, no, that's a harmful stereotype. Have you not seen James Bond and all that stuff? What are we going to make him? Let's make him Swedish. They're nice. How deep does it go, Russ? Everything could be a harmful stereotype. The only thing that makes it a stereotype is that it's used often.
Yeah.
Use it differently. There's a Big Finish audio story called The Curse of Davros that really digs into the fact that he's in this chair. Use it. Don't make... It's not the source of his evil anyway. At no point has anyone ever looked at Davros trying to destroy the universe and been like, it's because he's in a wheelchair. Like, no. He was always like that. With or without the chair, he would be like that. And yeah, I feel like it's a step in the wrong direction. If you want to change Davros, change him. I don't give a shit. But don't use that reasoning, because again, that implies to me that the only villain that wouldn't be harmful would just be a straight white man. And again, I'm not anti-woke. Fuck straight white men. I don't care about them. Fuck them. But at the same time, if that's the logic you're using, that's the direction that's going to naturally be gone to. Your villain can't be a woman. Your villain can't be black. Your villain can't be gay. Your villain should be able to be whatever the fuck they want. If your villain's in a wheelchair, as long as the wheelchair isn't... As long as it's not sitting there in a wheelchair going, I'm evil because of my wheelchair. Fucking... Like, at that point, I feel like it's almost even more ableist to take him out of the wheelchair just for that fear.
Yeah, it is.
In my opinion. Like, that's more ableist. No, he can't be in a wheelchair. That's wrong. What, it's wrong to be in a wheelchair? What the fuck are you saying? Yeah, he can. Yeah. A villain can be in a wheelchair. And also, Russ, I know it was 20 years ago, but you made John Lumick, a guy in Rise of the Cybermen, Cybermen episode, They Go to a Different Earth, who is in a wheelchair, and he actually does seem like he's evil because he's in a wheelchair. He wants a new cyber body.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Russ, John Lumick, way more harmful than Davros.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the last I've got to say about that. But again, Julian Beach is a good actor. If he does come back in the main show and he looks like that, I really hope for two things. I hope their explanation is either that he is pre-Genesis, he's past version of Davros who's come to the future somehow, we can have it, whatever. Or, the last time we saw Davros, when he was with Pete Capaldi, he defeated him by pumping a load of regeneration energy into the Daleks and reanimating a load of dead ones. Have Davros come back and be like, that regeneration energy, I used it. It healed me. I'm healed now. I'm no longer he'll go, I'm no longer in a wheelchair, Doctor. I'm good now. I'm a good guy.
I'm a good guy.
But no, yeah, use one of those explanations. If you don't explain it, that's when I'll get actually kind of annoyed. Explain it. Explain it, Russ. Don't just be like, don't have a normal guy just appear and the Doctor be like, Davros. Like, no, we know what he looks like. Like, explain it.
The problem with most of these decisions based on like woke prerogative is there often isn't any explanation for why. Sometimes,
again, yeah, the Doctor can be black. He could be anything. It's a Doctor. doesn't need an explanation. Davros suddenly just not being disabled kind of needs an explanation there, yes. Kind of needs an explanation there. It's like the latest South Park, which I don't want to get into in the podcast, I don't care for it. But if they suddenly replaced the kids from South Park with black adult women, that would need an explanation, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my main thoughts in the Davros. I would call it a controversy. I mean, no one really cares that much apart from die-hard fans. And I don't even really care that much. I might have sounded passionate there, but that's mainly because I don't even necessarily disagree with his reasoning. I just think it's not, if anything, I just don't think it's worded well. Or it's really properly thought out. Because if that could be ableist, then anything could be anything, essentially. You know?
That is the problem. Everything's going to be offensive to someone.
Yeah, it is. Okay. I feel like we could get on. I was also going to talk about the Marvels. I'll just do it quickly. It's fine. 6 out of 10. Should we get into the main topic? The first half of Rick and Morty season 6?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh. Yeah, it was okay.
I think it's, I mean...
That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that's
6 out of 10.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. God bless.
I thought it was pretty good. Apart from only one of the episodes, which I didn't think was that good, which was the second episode.
Alright, so we'll go through each episode. And hell, we're 30 episodes in. This podcast started with Rick and Morty talk.
It did, actually. But we went through every single episode.
But hilariously... No, wait. Is it season 7? It's season 7. Hilarious. Because it started with season 5. We reviewed all of season 5. And then we actually just didn't talk about season 6 at all.
Oh no,
we didn't, because that was during our year break. So if you listen to the podcast just out of nowhere, we're skipping season 6. Let's quickly review season 6. It's a bit shit. That's mainly the reason why we didn't talk about it. Actually, it wasn't a great season. Season 7. So this is the first season with the new Rick and Mortys.
Oh yes, the new voice actors.
Yeah, who I'll name, because why not? There's Ian Cardone, who plays Rick, and Harry Belden, who plays Morty.
Oh, so they're 2 different people now.
Yeah, it's 2 different people now.
Yeah.
And not only that, but they're not known, like, they haven't even got Wikipedia pages. They're very fresh voice actors.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. New talent. Giving them a new career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. So episode 1, how Poopy got his poop back.
Yeah.
That was the one where Poopy Butthole is getting an intervention. He lies about it being his birthday. They go party with Hugh Jackman, his wife's fucking predator.
Yeah. I was surprised that it was actually Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, well, it's 7 seasons in, and it is one of the most popular shows right now. I'm not surprised they got Hugh Jackman personally. I mean, I'm surprised he was wacky.
Yeah. Why did he agree to that? I wouldn't have expected him to agree to that, but yeah, there you go.
No, because I think that's a funny, like they do it in The Simpsons a lot, where they'll have a celebrity and he'll be wacky.
Yeah.
But he's playing himself. I'll be honest. I mean, as a season opener, pretty weak. It's, you know, I mean, other season openers include fucking. A Wrinkle in Time, where it's the one where there's 4 the split screen and they're in fucking the Rick Redemption, where, you know, it's him destroying the bug people, and
yes,
Mort Dinner Rick Andre, which is Mr. Nimbus.
Yeah,
like there's been some really banger season openers.
Especially this one is quite flat.
Yeah, this one's quite a flat season opener. I could see it being like in fucking episode 6. Like yeah, I don't know. It's a bit mid, but overall it wasn't bad. It's one of the only episodes of Rick and Morty that is all a story. The only other episodes I can think of that are the one where he goes into Bird Person's head.
Yeah.
And that's really the only one I can think of. I'm sure there's another one. The Vindicators doesn't have a B story.
Do not?
No, the Vindicators, it's just them and the Vindicators, isn't it? And he's sawing the Vindicators. There's no B story. We don't cut back to fucking summer or anything during that episode.
Oh.
Even Pickle Rick has a B story.
Yeah.
Because most episodes do. That's Dan Harmon's, story circle in action.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall it's fine. Second episode, the Jerick Trap. That's the one which is pretty mid to bad. Where they swap body. They swap minds, and then they die. Rick and Jerry swap minds, and they die.
It just felt quite monotonous and like.
It felt forced. You said forced during it, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because the idea isn't even that bad of both Rick and Jerry becoming half Rick, half Jerry.
Yeah.
But their friendship became too forced.
Yeah.
They're suddenly brothers, calling themselves Burger and Fries, which is kind of cringe.
Yeah.
And then they become the Jericho, where they're like a fucking mutant monster, and it's like, I don't care about any of this. Yeah. Bit shit. After that, it's Air Force Wong. Which, I mean, we got Unity back after 4 seasons. Yeah. You know, we haven't seen her since fucking 2015.
Yeah.
You know, it's been long enough that when Unity did come back, I was like, oh shit, Unity, fuck, cool, you know?
Yeah.
And the President's always fun. He is a fun character, the President. Him simping over Rick's therapist is, you know, a fun idea. We haven't seen that much of Rick's therapist, though. She seems quite boring to me. I don't know why he's so in love with her. Yeah. She doesn't even seem hot. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a pretty fun episode, to be fair. The last 2 episodes are where it shines. Episode 4, That's a Morty, where Rick's making beautiful spaghetti dinners that it turns out are from a planet where you have to specifically kill yourself.
Yeah, that was a really fucked episode. Really fucked, because basically Morty destroyed that entire civilization, destroyed all of those people's lives.
I think the darkest moments in that episode, it's the only episode of Rick and Morty I can think of that begins with a trigger warning. The darkest points in that episode are where they've created that construction, like, factory of these headless stumps.
Up the headless fucking bodies and just
and
they're
giving them hooks, and they immediately stab themselves out of pain and fear, and then they're cutting them open in a big factory. And then it's when those 2 people are like, you know, they're out of spaghetti on the planet, well, let's go and make some. And then it just cuts to them following a really scared woman being like, kill yourself. You should kill yourself.
God,
it's really fucked.
It's really
but
fucked.
I think it's a really great episode.
It is a good episode.
I thought it was really funny.
Really
and the ending's really fun too, where, you know, in order to get him off the spaghetti, he shows them an entire life of a man.
Yeah. A beautiful story.
Well, that is nice. It reminded me a bit too much of the whole idea of Roy.
Yeah.
They've already done the whole experience an entire life in a short montage sequence.
Yeah.
You know, so it did kind of feel like it's retreading Roy. They also, the thing with the jam, I get why they did it. The reason why he just kept eating jam with his fingers is because it's supposed to connect to his childhood, to show that his childhood is. It just felt a bit forced to me in terms of like trying to get the audience emotionally connected.
Yeah, to me that just seemed weird.
I think the song was great for that. The song's an emotional song. You know, you can't watch that and listen to the song and not feel something.
Yeah.
But yeah, the jam thing is like, I know what you're trying to do, writers, but it doesn't really work this well. And then we get the mid-season finale. What's it called? On Mortwicken. I know a lot of the episodes are puns on things, but I don't know what that is a pun of. Unmortwicken. Unforgiven? It might be Unforgiven. Unmortwicken. Do you think it's Unforgiven?
I don't know.
I feel like it's Unforgiven.
Maybe.
But yeah, so this episode, in my opinion, is like fucking. I don't know how you feel, Hector. I'm only speaking for myself, but I thought it was like a fucking top 5 episode. I loved this episode a lot. We get Evil Morty coming back and basically being thrust into an adventure with Rick and Morty, and he realises the best way out is to just help Rick deal with Rick Prime. I thought this episode really highlighted the how fucking good the new Rick actor is. Like that bit where he's beating up Rick Prime and Rick Prime's shouting at him like, you know, you're with my daughter. There's one line specifically where he goes, "You lived in my house." Yeah. And I was like, man, I don't think Roiland could have actually matched this sort of emotion.
Yeah.
Like this new Rick actor, I was unsure about him the most at first, because there are some lines where when he's too loud, he sounds off. I think the most he sounded off the entire season so far is in the beginning of Das Morte, where it's just him simply going, "Who's ready for Rick's famous spaghetti?" And it doesn't sound like Rick at all to me. So there are some lines where he sounds off, but in that episode he shined.
My opinion on that is yes, if you're specifically trying to compare the sound of Rick's voice to what it was in the previous season.
No, 100%, yeah.
I feel like once you forget that, then and are judging it based off his acting performance, then he's better.
See, I don't even think it's a case where I don't think you have to forget Royland's performance for either Rick or Morty. I think it's a case where, because again, it's in season 7. I feel like it can be justified story-wise as the characters just evolved, you know? And again, that's what I think Unmortal is like, at that point, because in the other ones I was thinking about Royland, I was like, you know, how would Royland perform this? It was that episode where I was like, I'm really glad Royland's not performing this. This Ian Cordoli, he fucking killed it, that episode. No. Morty still hasn't had, the new Morty voice actor still hasn't had that big of a chance to shine. I mean, he's not bad. And that episode, in a way, you know, because he was doing evil Morty too, that could have been, but he hasn't wowed me like Ian Cordoli has, you know, in that episode, unfortunately. Yeah, he could still, you know, 100% he could still, you know, there's still half a season.
Yeah. I think my opinion on it at first when I watched the trailer was, oh, that sounds weird, but the show isn't all about Rick's voice sounding like Justin Roiland. That's like not what the show is all about. No. Yeah. And
in a way, I mean, in my opinion, this has been a really strong season so far.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say it's been the strongest season. Because again, season 6 isn't great at all. Season 5 is also pretty shit. Season 5 might be my least favourite season of the show. That's the one that we reviewed, and it has some real stinkers. So I'd say this has been the best season since like season 4. Maybe, I'd say, no, season 4 isn't that great either. Maybe just season 3. I really like this season. Yeah. I think
this season was good. And it was fresh. There was a lot of fresh stuff in it.
Yeah. Alright, so, do you want to hear the episode titles for the last 5 episodes?
Yeah.
There's Rick Fending Your Mort, Wet Caught a Mortican Summer, Rise of the Numbercons, the movie, which is going to have the return of the Ice-T.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's going to explore his planet, I guess. Nice. Mort Ragnarok, and the last episode is going to be called Fear No Mort.
Fear No Mort. A lot of like play on words for Morty and Rick.
Well, that's every episode. Yeah. I still say the most ridiculous episode title so far. Oh, let me find it, because I remember when I read it, I was like, "This is such a nothing title." I think it's just really bad title. Where is it? That was it. Gotron Jerry Sis Rick Vangelion. Like that means nothing. That means nothing to me.
Yeah, that's dumb.
It's such a nothing title, and it was obviously the Gotron episode, but I don't hate the Gotron, but Gotron Jerry Sis Rick Vangelion. It was just not only that, it just doesn't even roll off the tongue. Like the episode after that is Rick Eternal Friendshine of the Spotless Mort. At least that rolls off the tongue a bit.
Yeah.
Gotron Jerry Sis Rick Vangelion. It's hard to say. That's a hard thing to say, you know. But yeah, overall, I'm really enjoying the season, and it's kind of reignited my interest in Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
The last 2 seasons were a bit of a letdown. At this point, it was a case where I could have taken or leaving it, to the point where when Roiland was fired, I think we both were like, should I just end the show? Like, should that just be it? I'm glad it isn't.
No.
Let it carry on. Fuck Roiland.
I mean, yeah, the show made a lot of money, so there's obviously a lot of other people on board at this stage, so there was a lot more than just Justin Roiland.
Yeah. Well, no, it always was, because Dan Harmon, he created Community. He's a fucking great writer.
Yeah.
And I feel like now Roiland's gone, it might actually be him shining. You know, he's going to have the chance to shine. You know. But yeah, I think that's it.
I'm excited to see more episodes of Invincible, and also more episodes of related to Rick and Morty. More episodes of what's it called?
Solar Opposites.
Solar Opposites. Yeah.
You haven't seen the new season.
No.
I forgot about that. Holy shit, there's a whole new season you haven't watched, the new voice actor.
Oh shit, well yeah, there you go. We need to watch that.
Yeah, where he's British now. Kilvai's British.
Yeah, we've seen some of it.
You've seen some of it?
Yeah, we've seen some of it together.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We started it.
Yeah.
We didn't finish it. Yeah. I don't remember where we got to though.
I can't really remember. I think we watched 2 episodes of it.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. We did start it.
Yeah.
So yeah, next episode I'll get you caught up on Invincible and maybe Solo. Maybe we'll see, I guess. Yeah. And by next episode, I can pretty much guarantee that Doctor Who will be out, and you're watching the 60th with me.
Oh yes.
Maybe not with me. I can't promise.
Depends when it comes out.
It comes out next week at 6:30 Saturday. But
possibly then.
Either way, even if I have to rewatch it with you, I gladly will.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
Because like Flux, with Flux, we talked about each episode as it went, and we should do that for all future Doctor Who.
Yeah. Well, I guess depending on when we do the next podcast, it could potentially be in the new house.
Well, hopefully it's sooner than that, because by then the entirety of the 60th would have come and went.
Yeah.
It's only 3 episodes.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've still got like a month before you're moving in. It's the 15th.
That's true, but knowing our regularity.
We shook hands in the last episode that you'd come over every other Wednesday.
Yeah, but to be fair... Well, actually, to be fair now, I mean, that could be the thing. Every Wednesday you should stay around mine. That works, and that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, every Wednesday and then an additional 2 days of the week.
I can't promise that.
I can.
But the Wednesday... That would work quite well for me.
Alright, we will end soon, but whose problem would it be? Yours or Shamong's?
Probably a bit of both.
You don't want me there?
Imagine... Okay, right. Let's put it this way. I come round yours a lot. I go round Luke's a lot. I go round Dan's a lot. People do not very often come around mine, and I feel like not many of my friends know what I'm like when they're in my space.
Okay.
If you know what I mean.
No, I get what you're saying.
Because I am very OCD, and it is a bit of it can cause conflicts sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what if I make an agreement now that if it does cause conflict, I will be...
Every Wednesday, I think that's fine. I couldn't possibly see there being anything wrong with every Wednesday. That's like...
Okay, and if we can't do Wednesday, then Friday will work for me too.
Yeah, at least every week. I mean, at least now, there is no excuse why we can't see each other every week, because I'll be in Linton, which you go to every day.
Okay, let's say a minimum of... Even if I don't sleep round, I can still come over after work for an hour or so. But in terms of sleep round, let's say not minimum, so a maximum of like 2 days a week. Then I can agree to that.
Yeah, that's fine. That works for me. Yeah,
and again, it's not set in stone. I don't have to legally.
Well, at least once a week. That has to be set in stone.
At least once a week. As long as you're down for that, I'm down for that.
That's definitely good.
I'm gonna have so many wanks in your house.
Oh my god!
In every room, I'm gonna
install cameras.
I'm gonna edge.
I'm gonna install cameras. I'm gonna watch you everywhere you go.
So I'm gonna edge in every room. And that's going to make it worse, because you know that not only did I wank in every room, but I wanked for like 4 hours just edging. So
because you didn't finish, so technically...
No, the idea of edging is that you do eventually finish.
Oh, right. Well, as long as you don't do it in my house, then technically you didn't wank in my house.
No, I will. I'm going to do it in every room. I'm going to edge in all the rooms.
I'm going to finish in every room?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is going to take a while. That's the idea of edging. Yeah, I do think that's it. Good episode.
Yeah, I think good episode.
Good episode. Yeah. Oh no, Hector, that guy with a knife is back.
Oh shit!
You're gonna have to finish the episode. You're gonna have to do an outro. Oh, I'm dead. I'm canonically dead.
Now that Bradley is dead, I would like to welcome you all to Hector's Kitchen Chaos. And in this episode of Hector's
Hector, he's back. He's gonna kill me. Oh god, we're both dying. Oh, catch us in the next episode, maybe, if we're still surviving. Oh.
And tune in for Hector's episode of Kitchen Chaos.
Oh, do you hear that? That's ambulance noises. That's not edited in. That's real. The ambulance is coming. We might survive.
No.
Who knows?
Oh, Bradley, no.
Oh, see you next time. Oh. Bye.
I will actually do an episode of Kitchen Chaos.
We could do a spin-off.
Oh my god, we actually should. Like, completely unironically, that would be so fucking funny if we did a stone cold serious
kitchen episode.
Like kitchen episode.
Like, talking about what?
Doing as if it's like part of an ongoing series of just welcome back guys.
Welcome to episode 500, the premiere anniversary episode of Kitchen Chaos.
And then we show it to Dan. Holy fuck, that would fuck with him so much. And then we show it to Dan, and when we go over to America, be like, hey, check this out. He'll be like, you've done 500 episodes of Kitchen Chaos.
Yeah, but what's the idea of Kitchen Chaos?
I think it should be
Is it a cooking show?
Yeah, it should just be a really serious cooking show.
Is it audio only or video?
No, video.
Video,
Yeah,
okay.
video. We're going to get Matt to come in to professionally film it. It's going to be like really serious, professional shots.
We should try and cook for the only episode 500. We should try and cook like a gourmet meal.
Yeah, it needs to be like creme de fromage.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Honestly, that sounds really fun. We should actually do that.
We should definitely do that. Yeah. That's
I like the idea of him being like, I've done 500 episodes. They've never mentioned it. That's the other thing. We never mentioned it.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be funny.
That'd be good.
Yeah, that would be really funny.